Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. Testing, testing, testing. Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. Testing. Already. Go ahead and get started, man. Hey, shalom, Israel. We are the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, where we are led by the Commanding General YAHANNA. You understand? Since 1969, we've been teaching our brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the truth about the Bible. The truth that we are the Israelites of antiquity, black and brown people, that the Bible is only for us and it's our culture, man. You know what I'm saying? The whole Bible, the culture, everything you find in the Bible is how black and brown people were created to live, man. We're supposed to live. You know what I'm saying? It's our culture. And today is the I.S.U.P.K. Houston, Galveston, Port Arthur, Beaumont, and Lufkin Friday night Lashawan Qadash class, where we do just that and get into our culture. Our culture, what? The Lashawan Qadash, which means the holy tongue. This is our native language, which is the Hebrew. Lashawan meaning tongue, Qadash meaning holy. The Lashawan Qadash is the holy tongue, and it is the Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? Because that is the language. Hebrew is the language that black and brown people spoke in the days of the Old Testament, before we referred to as Negroes and Hispanics. You know what I'm saying? We were just, you know what I'm saying, the children of Israel. You know what I'm saying? We were the Jews. We spoke Hebrew. That's our native language, is our culture. And that's what we do in the I.S.U.P.K. on Friday, man. We get back into that, learn how to read, write, and speak the ancient Paleo and Assyrian Hebrew, man. Lashawan Qadash. So without any further ado, we're going to get into it, man. We're going to start off class the way I always start off class, and that's by going over the Hebrew alphabet. And my sincere apologies about the distance from the chart, but you know what I'm saying. We once again we in a phase at the school where we're finding out how to set things properly for the most efficiency in teaching class. That's as far as I can get the camera. So you know what I'm saying, try to check it out before I start going over it. But this is the Hebrew alphabet. There's 22 characters right here, starting here all the way from I to Phi. This I know it's real far and it's kind of hard to squint your eyes, but next week, you know what I'm saying, we'll be able to get closer. And if you go to another older class before, you know what I'm saying, you'll be able to see the Hebrew chart. It was in another class, or you know what I'm saying, you can Google search it. Google search Lashawan Qadash chart I.S.U.P.K. and this should pop up because this chart was provided to us by the men, our founding fathers in the I.S.U.P.K. Let me go over it. Once again, we have I going to Phi. We'll be real quick, you know what I'm saying? The founding fathers in the I.S.U.P.K. did not make this chart up. You know what I'm saying? They did the research necessary to dig up, you know what I'm saying, the facts and found out that this is the ancient Hebrew. This is the way Hebrew is supposed to be read, written, and spoken. You know what I'm saying? Yiddish, what the small hat man does, is a bastardization of a culture that's not theirs. That's what happens when you appropriate another man's culture. But needless to say, this is the Lashawan Qadash chart. I to Phi, 22 characters. This is the ancient up here, and this is the Assyrian down below. Still 22 characters, I to Phi. But down below, you have these particular 5 right here. These five individual characters are what's the word? Not annotations, but they're different. They're like additional words that are different. I can't think of the right word. It's like differentials or something. But so these 5 letters right here, when a Hebrew word ends in one of these particular 5 letters, like I, ma, and da, if it ended in da, then you would change the da, but not like that, because well, not for I, ma, but for words that end in these particular letters, and then a ka, ma, na, pa, and taza. When it ends in one of those 5 letters, you use the ones down here to end the word rather than the ones up here. The ones up here are the regular letters, but these particular 5 end the word if they end in this letter. So, all right, so that's the ancient and that's the Assyrian. It's different just because it was derived in a different captivity. You know what I'm saying? When the Northern Kingdom, you know what I'm saying, was not captured, but oppressed by oppressed in Assyria. You know what I'm saying? When they were slaves in Assyria, that's when the Hebrew was developed. So let's go over it. Pa, ba, ga, da, pa, wa, za, cha, ta, ya, ka, la, ma, na, sa, I, pa, taza, qua, ra, sha, and tha. Already. That is the Hebrew alphabet. You know what I'm saying? All words in Hebrew are a combination of these letters. And then when you put the words together, you have Hebrew sentences. All right. Let's get started. I'm going to put the camera back on the board. Already. So today, we're going to be going over directions. You know what I'm saying? Cardinal directions. You know what I'm saying? Even up, down, left, and right. You know what I'm saying? Backwards and forwards. We're going to be going over directions. How to be able to. It's a basic class. Something for your notes. Words for your word bank. You know what I'm saying? To strengthen your vocabulary. And also, we're going to get in practice. You know what I'm saying? Conjugating words, nouns, and verbs for creating sentences using the words that we go over today. So let's get it in. All right. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give us our word bank. I'm gonna write the words up here, and then we're gonna go over them a little bit, and then that's when we're gonna go. After that, we're gonna go over some sentences. So first, you got north, south. These are cardinal directions, right? East, west. Also, we're gonna have more. We're gonna have uh, forward, back, up, down. Get this one. We'll do that later. And left, right. Already. Alright, so let's get the Hebrew verbalization, and then we'll get it in the actual Hebrew language. So north is Tazapan. Tazapan. South, Nagab. Nagab. East, Quadam. West, Pon. Where is it? Not Pon, but Yum. Yum. Forward, yeah. Forward, La Panyam. Backwards or back, Akawar. Up, you might remember these two, up and down. Up is Marat, and down is Matah. Left, Shama'al. And right, Yam. If you were a Hebrew Academy graduate, you know what I'm saying, going over directions is almost nostalgic for you. You know what I'm saying? But it shouldn't be nostalgic because remember, Hebrew Academy is for life. So, you know what I'm saying? We should be studying our directions. You know what I'm saying? But if you weren't a Hebrew Academy, just to let you know what I'm saying, directions, you know what I'm saying, is all is good. It's good in a regular day-to-day sense, but especially in a combat sense, like uh like at war, you know what I'm saying? Just I know brothers and sisters play Call of Duty, you know what I'm saying? They say 10 clicks to the southeast. You know what I'm saying? That's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? We a nation of warriors. You know what I'm saying? So this is the type of energy that you know what I'm saying. You could that we were on, and those like in the book of Joshua. You know what I'm saying? We were militant. We were moving as an army, taking over ground, taking ground. Even at camp, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? With your Shamar protocols, these should be these words should be familiar, and if not, they should be made familiar. All right, let's get them into Hebrew. So Tazapan, right? Ta. Sometimes I gotta look at it. Some letters you don't use every day, like ta. A little peeling. Okay, ta. Oh, that's a tazah. That's not a ta. I was gonna do that, and I'm glad that happened because sometimes, you know, and reading or just writing in Hebrew, it looks like there's different ways to spell a word. We have a ta, we have a za, and we have a tazah. So that's why you gotta, you know what I'm saying, do your research before just jumping the gun and what do you call it? Making up words and what spelling words. But for most cases, when ta in front of za is always gonna be tazah. It's not gonna be ta. It's not gonna be za. It's not gonna be pa. No, it's gonna be tazah, pa, and na. You'll see what I'm talking about right now. Tazah. Man, rest is life. Tazah, pa, na. Taza, pan. Taza, Tazapan, Nagab, which is south. So Tazapan is north. North is Tazapan. Nagab. Nagab. That's south. Qadam. That's east. Qadam is east. Yum, west. West. Yum. La Panyam. La La Panyam. Forward. Look, keep your eyes forward. La Panyam. Akawar. Back. I should have wrote backwards, but it's the same shit. It's like the same stuff. Backwards. Back. Akawar. Akawar. Backward. Mara. Up. You can just say Kwa Mara, Akia. What's up, my brother? Up. Mara. And Mata. Down. I think that's ta, do with that little Mata. So we got north, south, east, west, Tazapan, Nagab, Qadam, Yum, forward, backward, up, down, La Panyam, Akhawar, Mara, and Mata. and left and right. Shama'al and Yamyan. Left, Shama'al. Shama'al. And in Assyrian, Shama'al. And Yamyan. Right. Notice right and west are a little similar. That's one of the tricks that I use personally to remember the two. Because I'm gonna get it in. I'm gonna explain in a minute with some arrows for directional purpose. So Yamyan. All right. So yeah, so we got north, south, east, west, forward, back, up, down, and left and right. Already. So you know on a map, you got this. North, east, west, south. And then I'm gonna make a little 3D, a 3D directional. So up, left, right, back, forward, and down. Alrighty. So this first half of the class, we're just gonna go over this a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Try to put this in our memory banks. And then the second half of the class, you know what I'm saying, we'll get in our practice. You know what I'm saying? I got some sentences that I got ready. We're gonna go into the sentences using these words and yeah, get a better understanding on directions in Hebrew. So north, going up on the map, that's Tazapan. West, Yum. Salakia. I remember it being different. Hmm. That's right. Yeah, east is on that side. So pay no attention to me grouping Yum right there with Yum over here because it's not the same at all. I don't know why I remember it being similar. Anyway, no sweat. Let's start from the top. North, Tazapine. West, Yum. South, Nagab. East, Quadam. North, South, Tazapine, Nagab. East, West, Quadam, Yum. All right, here over here. Up, down. Up is Matah. It's like up is Marah. Down is Matah. Left, right. Left, Shama'al. Right, Yum Yum. Back, forward, back. Forward, back. Forward, Lapanyam. Back, Akhawar. You have it. So those are the directions. You know what I'm saying? It'd be wise if you get these for your notes, you know what I'm saying? Pause and then be kind and rewind. So you can get this page, this. Let me see if you can even see it clearly. Because we got camera difficulties today. Yeah, it's not too bad. Yeah, Shalakia, when we get the camera fixed and everything, let me give me 1 second, Israel. I think somebody might be at the door. It's Shalakia. What I was saying was, you know what I'm saying, when we get the equipment together and it's back normal how the way it's supposed to be, where we can zoom up on the board. I teach this class over again so we can really get it for our notes. But for now, you know what I'm saying, bear with us. I'll go over it one more time. North, Tazapan. South, Nagab. East, Quadam. West, Yam. Forward, Lapanyam. Back, Akhawar. Up, Marat. Down, Matah. Left, Shama'al. Right, Yamyan. All right. So now, you know what I'm saying, we can get into some sentences, right? Excuse me. I had to get a little coffee boost. All right. So I think we got enough time for 3 sentences. We're gonna translate them from English to Hebrew. Then we're gonna write it down in the Lashawan Qadash. So the first sentence we got is we're gonna go over the word east, and you hear this every Saturday, every Sabbath, sometimes after every class during the week. Turn and face the east. Why do we do that? We do that when we're getting ready to pray. We turn and face the east. We face the Temple of Solomon in Jerusalem. You know what I'm saying? When we're ready to talk to the Most High, God of Israel, we turn and face the east. So how do we say that in Hebrew? So turn, you say turn by saying sar. Sar, panya is how you say face. Panya. Sar and panya. I should have wrote these words in a separate word bank. But I'm just going to tell you as we go. So sar is how you say turn. Panya is how you say face. And if you remember our conjugations, we have the prefix wa before panya to make it and face. So wa, panya, turn and face. Sar wa panya, turn and face. And then east, we know is Qadam, right? That's east. But the east is also another prefix. Ha. Ha. So sar wa panya ha Qadam. Sound familiar? Turn and face the east. Already. So as you know, verbalization is still going from left to right. But when we get it into Hebrew, then we're going from right to left. So we started over here with Sar. Sar, I think, man, I got to get real rusty. Like, sir. There you go. Sir. Sar. Wapanya. Wa. Wapanya. Hakwadam. I'm gonna get rid of this arrow because it's a little confusing. Or I'm gonna at least write it in the blue, so we know we going right to left. Sar wapanya hakwadam. Turn and face the east. Most High in Christ. So that's how we got our little practice in with east. Hakwadam, the east. Now let's get another one. The next sentence that I have is stand up and march forward. Once again, Hebrew Academy brothers. I'm saying sounding familiar. If it's not sounding like something you was thinking about yesterday, then you've grown cold. You've grown lukewarm rather. You gotta stay frosty out here. So stand up and march forward. Stand up and march forward. So here we getting a little bit of practice with two directions. We getting up and we getting forward. And the rest of these words, stand and march, you know, so those are words that we're going to learn right now, if we don't already know them. So stand. Stand is imad, that which is a verb. But remember, you know, just like we went over before, we have to conjugate these verbs to fit the sentence correctly. So here was this is an order, right? Stand up. We're talking from me to you. Stand. Well, it could be me to a group of people, which would be a whole different conjugation. But for this purpose, we're gonna just make it one me to you, second person, one person to another person, a direct order to one person. So stand. I'm telling somebody to stand, telling one person to stand, and I'm telling them to do it in the future. So me to you, second person, and future, imad has to be conjugated to sa imad. That's stand. Stand up, sa imad, all right. Sa imad marad. So and march. So there's a couple ways we can do this. And march. We can do and march like this, because march is taza'ad. You say march in Hebrew saying taza'ad. But again, march right here is an order from me to you, right? So it would have to be sa taza'ad. Future tense, you march, sa taza'ad. But we already got a prefix here. We got wa. So we could do wa sa taza'ad, or we could just leave taza'ad the same and march and leave it like that. That will work too. But we're going to get our practice in. So we're going to do double conjugation. Wa, ta, taza'ad. And you march forward. Or and you march. We got to fit in forward. Forward. How do you say it forward? It wasn't aknawa. It was la panyam. So the last word, la panyam. La panyam. All right. So stand up and march forward. Sa amad mara wa sa taza'ad la panyam. Stand up and march forward on your feet, man. No time for BS. Let's get it into Hebrew. So now we going right to left. We're starting the same way we start over there, but just on this side, moving this way. So sa amad, sa. I didn't even get it in Syrian. So lucky, I'll do that right after this. I'll check the time first. Like sa amad. All right. What? Sir? Taza'ad. So here's where we use the ta. What's up, Taza'ad? The ta and the yeah. This it's heavy that this just happened. So here, man, I normally recall all the words that I go over, but I can't recall Taza'ad. I'm just gonna go with what I'm teaching then. If I'm wrong, you know what I'm saying? It'll be brought to my attention by the Adawanian. What I'm teaching is, for the most part, when you have a ta in front of a za, use taza. So I'm gonna use taza. So what the taza I. What the taza I. And then la panyam. Already. Since that's so neat and orderly right there, I'm gonna just leave that without the Assyrian, and on our last sentence, we'll practice both the Assyrian and the Paleo. But yeah, I want you to get that for your notes. We got plenty more minutes. I got enough time to get the Assyrian down there. Yeah, so I want to select you for being double-minded. Since we got so much more time left, we're gonna get the Assyrian. I'm gonna just get it for this one because I got room. I don't really have room for this one. So I'm gonna get the Assyrian right under this. This is the Paleo. I'm gonna do the Assyrian right underneath. We went over the difference of the Paleo and the Assyrian Hebrews at the beginning of class. We do it every class. So both, you know what I'm saying? The I.S.U.P.K, we practice both. This is our culture, man. So we're going back to turn and face east. Sar wapanya hakwadam. Sar. So we got the sa. Sa. Oh, here it is. Yeah. Sa, ra, sar, wa, panya, sar wa panya, ha, kwadam. Sar wa panya ha kwadam. Turn and face east. And then below we got stand up and march forward. Sa amad marab wa sa tazla'ai la panya. Stand up and march forward. Now you can take a screenshot or pause for the cause, get it for your notes. You know what I'm saying? And then we're going to get one more sentence in. Last sentence, we're going to get both the Paleo and Assyrian. It's going to be a simple sentence. You know what I'm saying? This is a beginner's class. Or I would say intermediate, because when we go over the conjugations and the when we go over these conjugations, you have to have a little bit of an understanding of past classes. All right. Okay, so the last of this, nothing too strong, serious. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get into how to remember the word north. And the sentence is follow the north star. Not too much significance about this sentence, but we know what the North Star is. That star in the sky that's always in the direction of north, is used by people in the desert, the people in the wilderness or whatever. I'm saying, right, to know their directions. If you know which direction north is, then you know which direction east, west, and south is. That's why follow the North Star is important. So in the Hebrew, all we have to know, what we learned just now, is the word follow and the word star. So follow, we're going to conjugate also, because this is not an order, but it's a suggestion from me to you. So once again, from me to you, conjugated for the future, you, second person, will be doing this verb in the future. You will be following in the future. From me to you, second person, we add the to it. The in the beginning. So follow is tarad. Tarad. That's to follow. But here we're saying satarad. You will be following. You will follow. Satarad. The North Star is it's a hyphenated compound. It's a conjugated word with a hyphen. So the North, right? We conjugate that with the prefix ha. Ha. So like what was North again? Tazapan. So ha Tazapan. Hyphen star. Star is kawakab. Ka wa kab. Kawakab. We go. We just learned star. Kawakab. So the tarad, hawatazapan, kawakab. Follow the North Star, because up here it's not hyphenated, but the North Star should be hyphenated up there too. This is going this way. Now we're gonna go that way. So the tarad, hatazapan, kawakab. The tarad. So here we get to finally use the word ta, or the letter ta, without taza. We get to use just ta. So ta, let's see what it is. A lot to get to being so rusty. Ta. I did it before. It's the little circle X. Tha, to ride. The to ride. Ha, tazapan. Ha, tazapan. Ka, ka. Ka, wa, ka. The to ride. Ha, tazapan. Ka, wa, ka. Follow the North Star. Great. Now we're going to get in an Assyrian. Slide. Already. There we have it in the Assyrian and I gotta put our hyphen. To ride, tazapan, kawakab. Follow the North Star. All right, that just about does it, man. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna close out there. Let me see if we have any questions. Got enough time to quickly answer any questions that I see. Most High in Christ, no questions. The water Akim and Akwathian for joining. We're gonna close there. So I'm gonna give a courtesy salute to the Akim, which is the brothers. I'm saying Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah Barakatham. Courtesy salute to the sisters, the Akwathian. Yahweh Shamar Ilathan by Shem Yahweh Shai. Shalom.